Good morning, Global Studies students. My goal today is to walk you through how to do the assignment that we are going to be working on for the next week or so. I'm going to start by scrolling down to our week's folder. And if you have gone through and looked at the instructions, you know that we are working on something called Author's Notes for Global and ELA. You are going to be working on an assignment, just like your essay with your world problem you worked on with English and communications if you had it the first semester. Now you're going to be doing the same thing. You're going to be doing a piece of science fiction writing for English, but you're going to ground the character and the story in information from your adopted country. If you have communications this semester, you also will be doing some assignments using this piece of writing. So for the next week in Global, we're going to be gathering information about your adopted country. So I'm going to walk you through how to do this. You will click on the assignment, Author's Notes Global and ELA, and your document will open up. And inside of it, you're going to see basically a chart that has 6 different graphs, or boxes, excuse me. The first thing you want to do is you need to share this with your English teacher right now. So please go up to share and share it with your English teacher so they have access to it, which is going to help them help you as we get into this. You will see our boxes are country, background/setting, people/character, country COVID data, lifestyle, customs and courtesies, society, plot, conflict, and dialogue. For some of these, you will notice that you will have things to do for both global and English. And for some of the boxes, you will have just things to do for global. And for some of them, you will just have to do for English. So again, that's why we're sharing it with your English teacher as well. Let me show you how this works. When you click on the blue heading, a bookmark comes up. When you click on the bookmark, it's going to take you where you are going to be finding and doing your work for global and for English if you're doing this. So let's take a look at this. Your first assignment is to look at country background. So as I look at the instructions, using culturograms, I'm going to take 2 notes from each of the following subcategories. All right, land and climate and history. Again, I'm going to be using culturograms. So I'm going to be going back to Schoology. I'm going to be going to the middle school online resources. I'm going to scroll on down to culturograms, and then I'm going to find the country that I would like. Again, using World Edition, or if you would like to use the Kids Edition, because reading is a little more challenging with you, that's perfectly fine as well. On the World Edition, I'm going to click the continent, and if I am doing the country of Nepal, click Nepal. And again, you will notice that our headings have our subcategories. So I'm going to read land and climate. Then on my author notes, I'm going to put down 2 notes for land and climate. I'm going to go back then, and I'm going to do history. I'm going to read the history section. And I advise you against taking the first 2 notes you come across. Read this, find out what's interesting. Then I'm going to place and do my history. As you continue then, the next thing you're going to be doing, you are going to be going back up here. If we do our country COVID data, you're going to go through and find and do that. Mr. Gallagher is going to be making a video with how to do the websites for the country COVID data. So please make sure you watch this before you actually start this. We are going to be working on this for a while. All right, we will be working on this for about a week. I'm going to show you right now in Schoology that if you look at the calendar, you will see when it is due. All right, it is going to be due coming up later on into next week. The 6th, it will be due. All right, unfortunately, it does not show up here quite yet, but it will be due next week, so you can see that. This is going to be our plan for the next week or so. Again, please make sure that you are following the instructions. If you have any questions about what to do each day, you will notice that in Mr. Martini, Mr. Gallagher, and my classes, we have put down as our daily instructions a step-by-step what you are working on. More than ever, I strongly encourage you to please upload this in the Notability. Use this as a checklist and as a tool to be successful. We look forward to another fun project with English and communications. Again, I think what you're going to find, or hopefully you're realizing, that we have one project for 3 different classes. Have a wonderful week, and of course, if you have any questions, please email your global teacher or make sure you find time to Zoom with them. Thank you, and have a wonderful week.